Hi there, thanks for clicking on this video, a video in which I'm going to show you the mail I got today. So I got 5 packages in the mail today. I believe, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to be showing 3 of them in this video. I'm saving the other 2 for my next video, which will be the next in the series I call Let's Crack Open an Old One. So let's get to it. First off, I got these old comic books from Whitman. Whitman, a publishing company apparently anyway, but here's the Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. It's, let me open it up. Let's see if we can. December 1975. And it's actually a reprint from a comic from 1959. I haven't got a chance to read this yet, but we'll look at a few pages. It seems that some old ads here. Fun tricks. Sneezing powder and x-ray goggles. Fun, huh? Anyway, this doesn't appear to credit the original writers and artists. That's kind of weird, but there it is. How old is this again? 1975, actually. I see it better now. Sometimes 5s look like 6s to me. So that's pretty damn old. That's almost exactly 2 years older than I am. Here's yet another Walt Disney Whitman comic. This time it's Uncle Scrooge. Many may know Uncle Scrooge more well from DuckTales, right? So this one is from October 1977, a couple of months before I entered this planet or left the womb or whatever. Anyway, so this one's from 77. And it's apparently a reprint of something from 1967. So apparently these are like pretty well-loved classic comics. I'm not super huge on Disney, and I'm not really that big on comics other than G.I. Joe. And I do have some Indonesian Inspector Gadget comics over there. I'll probably take a closer look at on video someday, but and I don't have it other than those Inspector Gadget ones. I don't have any non-G.I. Joe till now. But if I were to get comics, they'd be more like ones based off toy lines or stuff like that, weird ones. Like there's an A-Team comic I'd like to get, Mad Balls. But so there's one last comic that was in this package. It's actually the reason why I got them. No, not to slight these 2 Disney ones. They are pretty nice. But I got it for this. You could see it partially in the thumbnail. It's Woodsy Owl. 20 cents. What a bargain, huh? How old is this one? Let's see. 1973. That's older than the oldest of the bunch. So, Woodsy Owl, do you know who he is? That's his catchphrase down there. Give a hoot, don't pollute. So I forgot I was going to look up Woodsy Owl and when he was created and give you the lowdown, but just go look at Wikipedia yourself, right? Or Google it if you want to get a little more thorough. Maybe the Wikipedia article has some link as well. Has a good amount of citations and links, right? But anyway, he's whenever he was created, he was there to promote not polluting, throw your trash away. I don't know if he got more into. I think he kept it on that level of pollution, as in litter. I don't know if he got too into protesting industries or whatnot. He was a government creation. I think he was created as kind of a pal for Smokey the Bear. Remember that guy, the bear with the the ranger hat on, and he wore a pair of pants and no shirt, much like Woodsy here. So there'd be little, PSA commercials like where they gave you a little message or whatever. And here he is in comic book form. Yeah, Woodsy Owl. I don't know when they stopped running those ads, maybe, or because I remember seeing them probably in the 80s. I don't know about the 90s. I can't remember. Anyhow, yeah, let's take a. Did I already look a bike ad? There he is. I wonder what wacky adventures old Woodsy the Owl gets up to in these this here comic. So now I have 3 comic books that are in English that aren't G.I. Joe. Actually, I do have a Final Faction comic, so that's for. Oh, and look at this. It was amongst my book piles, but this Star Wars Shadows of the Empire comic from Dark Horse. How old is this? Shadows of the Empire, is that that was an N64 game, right? Yeah, Darth, what's his name? Not Darth, something Dash Rendar, right? He was pretty awesome. That game was probably, well, we're getting off track here, but I'd say Shadows of the Empire was top 10 material for me as far as the Nintendo 64 was concerned. I can't find a publication date on this. Oh, there it is, 96. I'm guessing this is, in fact, there he is, Dash Rendar. I actually had that figure, but I sold all my modern Star Wars. Maybe I should have kept Dash, though, right? Anyhow, on to the next package. It contained 3 G.I. Joe accessories I needed. We'll show them off here. Oldest to newest, right? Or newest to oldest. Work our way down. So first off here is this. Wait, where is it even on the camera? All right, hold on here. There it is. This is a nunchaku, or maybe a flail or a chain whip. It belongs to Snake Eyes, version 39, who was released in 2009. He came with a... Oh, I dropped one of my items. Let's place it somewhere. All right. So, he came with a motorcycle that fires a missile, a sword, and a backpack sheath. This thing, and a little hand pistol, little machine pistol of some sort. Anyhow, I have all this other stuff but this. Now I have this. So Snake Eyes version 39 will be complete. And I actually had this, but I lost it, or I may have sold it on accident, so I grabbed another one. It was cheap enough, right? The next item in this box or package or whatnot is this little hat here. A blue hat with a black brim. They cheesed out a little on the bottom. They didn't want to waste that money painting the bottom of the brim. So this little hat, who does it go to? It belongs to Red Star, a G.I. Joe from 1991. Version 1 of Red Star. I'm not sure. I don't, if they made any more Red Stars, there weren't too many of them, but now I have his hat. Like, why did... a lot of them came with helmets you could remove. A few came with hats. But I wonder what made them, them decide this guy is going to have a hat or a helmet that can come off. But these other figures, the hats are going to be molded onto them, no taking them off. So how they decide which ones got the hat and which ones didn't? The removable hat or helmet, that is. And also there's kind of an in-between, like Gung Ho version 2, who's dressed in his marine blues, I think you call him. He's got his white hat, which isn't supposed to be removed. However, with a little force, it can be. And he looks a little... Well, actually, I think I don't know, he looks kind of weird. Square-headed, maybe. All right, anyhow, that's my little hat rant, my G.I. Joe hat rant. I'm trying to think of other figures that were like Gung Ho version 2. Perhaps, I can't remember. There's a few Remco brand knockoffs of G.I. Joe that have that feature. Anyhow, there's Red Star's hat. And that does not complete my Red Star, however. I still need his backpack with antenna. The antenna is, removable. So, the last item and the oldest is this, which is actually two things. It's a black tube, which many Joes came with. They came in varying lengths depending on which figure it was. This one is attached to a gray buoy, which I guess helps its figure float or know which way is up or something. I don't know. That figure is Deep 6 version 2 from 1989. And this almost completes my Deep 6 version 2. I lack his backpack. which this attaches to. However, spoiler alert, in the next one of these videos, what did I call this? New old stuff. And perhaps the next new old stuff video, it should have his backpack. So that will complete him. So what else? That's package 2 for this video. Anyhow, one down, or one left rather. Another package containing 3 items. All G.I. Joe. First up, this G.I. Joe file card. It's from 97, I believe. No. Well, it's from 1998. It belongs to Night Creeper version. I forgot to write it down on my cheat sheet in case anyone thought I was spouting that. Well, some of it I spouted off memory. But anyhow, Night Creeper version. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe this is 4. He's an Arctic Night Creeper. He's a ninja, as are all Night Creepers. He came in packaged with, I believe, 2 other figures. And the other figures were Joe's, good guys. And one was, I believe, version 1. Was it only, how many Snow Jobs were there? It was the version of Snow Job that came out in 98. And the version of Frostbite that came out in 98. So anyhow, this is the file card for him. I have this figure. He's complete. Now he has his file card clipped off the back of it was like a regular, G.I. Joe carded bubble, but with 3 figures, 3 file cards on the back. You can see the part of the Polar Force, Arctic Polar Force, I believe they called it. Nice to have his file card. They cheaped out on this file card. No artwork, portrait, or even a photo of the figure itself like they did later on a few times, of the figure or the character or whatnot. They also should have put a Cobra logo here. The Cobra Enemy Collection. All right, maybe I'm mistaken. I forgot. Was there a bad guy? He came not with Frostbite and Snow Job. That's erroneous. And I'm not using my cheat sheet here. Oh, I hope I didn't dox myself. Maybe I'll have to edit that. I don't really want to, though. Anyway, sidetracked. He came packaged with Snow Serpent version 4, I think, right? 1, the second one with the thing, the third one, and the 4th one. So yeah. And he also came along with Firefly version 1, 2, 3, I believe Firefly version 4, which makes more sense, right? So they were like the good guy Arctic whatevers were fighting. But they should have put a Cobra logo on there. That's kind of, was that on purpose or was that a mistake? Anyhow, on to other the next item in this package, Big Ben. Pow, he's complete. He didn't come with a weapon, right? Try to stand him up here. Anyhow, he didn't come with a weapon. He did come with a vehicle, or the vehicle came with him, to be more precise, maybe. So there it is, another complete figure to add to the collection. This is Big Ben version. I forgot to look it up. However, he came out in 2003 with a vehicle called the Road Rebel. I believe he's version, let's see, there was the first one, the second one. I'm not sure. However, his head, there was like, I think he's version 6. I believe there were 5 versions of Big Ben, which were all used the same mold. They just, they were repaints of that mold. This one uses the same head as that bunch. However, his body is different, and I don't remember, forgot to look it up and write it down, whose body mold he does use. Anyhow, wow, this camera's almost out of time. I'm going to have to probably edit, as in stick two parts together, take this part off the phone onto the computer, create some space, and finish the dumb video. Anyhow, we're on anyhow. That's, I say that way too much. So that was Big Ben. And the third and final figure or item of that package and of this video is this guy. Roadblock. Yeah, Roadblock. I didn't write down the version. Whoops. I had half-baked on my research note paper here. However, he did come out in 2008. He came with 2 other figures, along with a comic book. The comic book, I believe, was a reprint of an older issue of perhaps a Marvel issue. I do not recall what 2 other figures he came with. Right, next, trying to hold him in a way that doesn't violate his whatever, right? Anyhow, there it is again. This is Roadblock. I don't recall what figures he came with, which is severely annoying. How is he even on there? Roadblock. He came with a gun and a tripod. This is his weapon. The tripod is removable. Roadblock, his like specialty, I guess, or whatnot, is heavy gunner, and here he is. Here's his heavy gun. Let's give him that gun. Roadblock. So this particular version of Roadblock, his head is new. His body is the same as version 1 of Roadblock, as well as version 3 of Roadblock. Okay, that was kind of abrupt, but here's the next part of the video where these things are going to reside. There's where the 3 comics are going to reside in my magazine collection. Bunch of music, zines and magazines, you know, Maximum Rock and Roll, Metal Maniacs, Rip and Flip Side, a few wrestling magazines, most of which, not a lot, but the most of the ones I have are from around 1986. Decibel magazines and, a few others, you know. It has nothing to do with these comics other than they're near them. Some Mad magazines, Crazy, Cracked, National Geographic. I don't think I've even looked at these. And a few, what do you like? Kid books, you know, there's Sesame Street and Heathcliff and whatnot. Anyhow, whoops, I didn't want to say anyhow anymore. Maybe I should edit that out, right? Whatever. Next up is Deep Six Buoy, united with its owner. Kind of dark here. Oh yeah, can we do that? Yeah. It's in a desk. Whatever, he's here. There's Deep Six. And he's amongst the other aquatic Joes. There's Red Star. And Red Star is a Russian G.I. Joe. How about that? The wall came down, right? He's from 91. Anyway, excuse me. There he is with his hat. How about it? He's aboard the Mobile Command Center. Maybe we'll look at that some other time. And he's next to Outback version 3, I believe. And there's I don't know. That looks kind of blurry to me. What do you think? Anyway, there's whatever version of the Snake Eyes that is. I forgot. Aboard his motorcycle with his little nunchuck thing in his hand, or whatever you want to call that. He's complete. His vehicle piloted by Scarlet. Amongst this here, right? He's in Snake Eyes Row. Perhaps we'll take a closer look at them at some point. There's Big Ben. Next to, two other Big Bens. I gave him a spare gun that I had. And there's Big Ben, not far from Big Ben is, before I get to Roadblock, let me show you something I got in the mail just before I started making these videos, okay? Like a day before I made my first video on this channel. I received Lowlight's bipod, a tiny little thing that's usually expensive, more expensive than I paid for it, which is nice. So that completes Lowlight. I need one more for Lowlight version 2. So on to more current things. Well, current for me, right? There's that Roadblock from the comic pack. amongst other roadblocks, we're in front of the G.I. Joe headquarters from, I think it's 2002 or so. So there, he's amongst other roadblocks. That's not all my roadblocks. However, it's a good amount of them. I have 1, 2, 3 others that just happen to fit elsewhere. Except they're roadblocks, right? These, but not this guy. This is Double Blast. I think he came out in 2002. He's the same mold as version 1, right here, right? Even the same, almost the same colors. He's like a muted version of him. And coincidentally enough, there was a version of Roadblock that came out the same year with the same mold, but way different colors. They accidentally replaced Roadblock's file card, like actual name. They gave him Double Blast name. I forgot what Double Blast name is. I think Roadblock's name is what? Marvin Hilton, maybe? Anyhow, whoops. Also, this version of Roadblock, I gave him a spare helmet so he kind of fits in more with his clones. Maybe I should give this one a helmet. Although I don't know if the green really goes right. Anyway, switch it up just a little. The other helmetless ones, I think their heads are either too big or too small to wear those helmets. All right, so also, I guess I'll add, when the last segment of the video cut out, I was talking about this Roadblock, and I was going to go on about how this explained the Roadblock Double Blast connection. And I was going to say, and I did say, but the camera ran out and I didn't notice, that Roadblock is one of my favorites on the Joe side. That is not a ninja or other martial artist, right? A samurai. There's a Quick Kick who's a more kung fu guy, right? And there's a few ninjas, right? They're my favorites, as well as figures that come with animals, such as Snake Eyes, also a ninja, double whammy. Wadmutt, right, in particular, and Spearhead, and so forth, right? Shipwreck with the parrot. But Roblox's one of my favorites that doesn't fit in those two categories. So, yeah, what else? There's one last, okay. One last part to do, I believe. One last thing before the final item. So the penultimate or something, right? Whatever. Along with, what was that? Let me think here. Along with Lowlight's bipod in the same package, the other, was this item. It's kind of hard to. This gun on this guy here. His name is Red Dog, one of 3 Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders. They were packaged together in the USA. There's his gun. So he's complete. Mercer is complete. Taurus needs his gun. And another spoiler alert, it should be in the next video. There they are aboard the, what you call it there, Mobile Command Center. And I guess one last little thing before I move on. Just for the hell of it, here's Taurus sealed in his bubble on his card back, right? However, notice he's single packed, and I said they came in three, in a 3-pack. Well, in Europe, they were released single carded. He was also released in India single carded. I don't think his pals were, though, just him. And they changed him to a white guy for some reason in India. So here's his Spanish version, Heroes Internationales, where he was named Sabuso, which I believe means, I forgot, it's red. It's a specific, instead of red dog, it's red, a specific dog. Anyhow, there's, came out in 89. And there's one in English that was released in the UK, and there may have been other countries that had their own. So on to the final item. Where's that going to go? And that is the Snowy Night Creeper. Where is he? Oh, I didn't put him with the other snow guys. I put him with the other Night Creepers, who are amongst other ninjas for Cobra ninjas anyhow. There he is. That's what he looks like. To put a face to the card, since it lacks the usual profile picture of him. There he is, but where's the card gonna go? With other file cards. That's right, I have one for, well, I have these boxes for them. One for the Joes, one for the Cobras. They're in like some kind of order, right? But for now, let's just, because I'm tired, right? It's getting late. It's dark out. At some point, I hope to acquire a Cobra logo, right? To cut it out of something. Maybe I'll open a Cobra figure and not need the logo, can cut it off, whatnot. Oh, I could, maybe. Never mind, we'll see. So that's it. Well, actually, I lied. I lied again, I think. I lied more than once today in this video. If I had to hand out some prizes, let's say, pick some bests. There were 3 packages. We'll pick a best item out of each package. I don't feel like moving around and showing everything again, so hopefully you remember what they looked like, right? The first package with the comics, I think I already said it, right? Woodsy the Owl comic. Just because I don't know, it's kind of weird. Oh, and regarding Woodsy the Owl, I'd like to get like a figurine or whatnot of Woodsy. But it's rather expensive. People want a lot for Woodsy the Owl stuff. But who knows? So yeah, Woodsy the Owl. That's my well, unless that's just going off what my preference of characters or something. Maybe I'll read all three of those and find out one of those Disney ones is more has more entertainment value. So the second package, what was that? The three GI Joe items. Which one of those? The buoy, the hat, and the nunchucks. Well, I'm going to go with one of the older ones, right? I think I'll go with Red Star's hat, right? They're all like not just also by picking favorites or whatnot, or picking a whatever. Um, it's not a slight to anything else that was in here. Just in case these things have feelings, right? Maybe they have feelings. We wouldn't want to hurt their feelings. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't want it, right? So out of the next final package, which is my favorite? The file card's cool, but it's not gonna be the winner. And Big Ben version, whatever, you're like I said, really cool and all. However, I gotta hand it to Roadblock. Best of that package. And I'm gonna give it's a close tie with that Woodsy Owl. Right? But I'm gonna give the nod to Roadblock. There he is. And that's it, I think, right? Is there anything else? If you somehow made it through this entire video, thank you for watching the whole thing. Or did you skip ahead? Whatever, either way, thanks. If I'm feeling like it, I may make another video. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to. Like I said, it'll be another video in the series I call what? Let's crack open an old one. Thanks again. Bye bye.